Okay, so this is the first of the Memches Dvarim Shater Niknasvam, the 48 Ways to Wisdom. We'll try to keep these to under 5 minutes. It's based on the English version of Reb Noach Weinberg's 48 Ways to Wisdom. So the first way that the Torah tells us to acquire wisdom is Talmud. Talmud means constant study. So Reb Noach splits it into what he calls the 5 C's. The first of the 5 C's is constant. So imagine if you're stuck in traffic and the driver next to you opens his window and tosses out a dollar bill, and then a couple of minutes later tosses out another dollar bill and another dollar bill. At some point, you're looking at the guy like he's absolutely nuts. However, most of us throw out lots and lots of time that we could be using for something productive, and we never think twice about the fact that we're throwing out the time. So truly living means constant learning, means constant positive forward motion in what we're doing. So even though, yes, we have the concept of relaxation, the idea of Talmud, of constant evolutionary growth, is about using your mind constantly to evolve and to learn more. And that means even if you're choosing to relax, the relaxation is switching from one subject to another, but finding a way to constantly continue to learn. Again, the alternative is to kill time. Let's not kill time, let's focus on constant learning. The second aspect, the second C, is to be consistent. In order to maintain spiritual growth, a person has to have consistency in their approach to learning. One of the questions that's universally accepted as asked by Hashem when we reach the final judgment is Kavata itim l'Torah. Did you specify times, set times for study? Right? This idea is that it's not good enough to just have a random smattering of times that you utilize. It's important to have a consistent approach to your learning. So whether it's goal-driven or very time-specific, all of them really have to be without fail. You do these 5 minutes, these 10 minutes, and they add up to a lifelong effort of learning. The third aspect, the third C, is continuous. That when you set a goal to do something, do it without interruption. No phone calls, no emails, no interruptions whatsoever. Whether it's 10 minutes or 15 minutes or 20 minutes, and as you start to build your capacity to live without interruption and to grow without interruption, you'll see that the brain capacity, the elasticity of the brain will continue to grow with it and allow you to push that envelope even further than you ever imagined possible. First 15 minutes, then 20 minutes, then an hour, then 2 hours. And again, there's no similarity, there's no comparison between learning that happens, ritzufais, that happens in a constant or consistent, continuous manner, that versus learning that happens more iteratively, where we just pick it up and we put it down and we're not so focused on what we're doing. Number four of the 5 C's is cyclical, right? The idea of constantly reviewing the things that we learn. If we want to bring something into ourselves, we have to really, really review it to understand it. Every time we go over it, we gain additional insights into it. It says in the Gemara that Rish Lakish used to prepare his shiur 40 times before he would deliver it, his lesson 40 times before he would deliver it. Each time you get to dig deeper and deeper and deeper. The Gemara says in Chagiga that you can't compare someone who learns something 101 times to someone who learns something 100 times. That 101st time is not only one additional time, but it takes into account, it encompasses inside of it all 100 times that you learned until then. And then the fifth C is to be comprehensive, meaning everything should be a matter of study, right? At the end of the day, what we have to focus on is that every opportunity that we're in, every conversation that we're in is an opportunity for us to learn something new. That's the idea of comprehensive learning. The other idea of comprehensive learning is that don't take things superficially. When we want to understand a topic, understand it to its full depth. Dig into it all the way. Understand at its core what that topic and what that concept is. Be fascinated by life. So some applied wisdom ideas are write down a few questions that you have about life, about the Torah, about anything, and then explore, spend an hour solid without break exploring those things. 2, commit to 15 minutes at a specific time of day of consistent learning. And then finally, find the thing that you'll do when you can no longer do the other things. Find that relaxation technique of learning. What am I going to do when I'm burnt out from that constant and consistent continuous learning, so that it's my relaxation technique? It's a book, it's an idea, it's a sefer, it's a history of, whatever it may be, just something that I'm going to be able to apply my brain to when I can no longer apply it to more in-depth ideas.